It's launch day. I've been
Game
waiting
day.
all week to say that. Hey, aloha, everybody. Welcome to the Remote Marketing Agency Owners Facebook group, Aloha Friday Marketing Live Jam Session. I'm Tom Gaddis, my business
partner. That's right. I'm his business partner.
My business partner, Nick Ponte, on the line as well. We're super excited you're here. We have an awesome show. We've got some special guests. We launched a new product today. You've probably been seeing it in your emails. We're going to talk about that. We're going to answer questions. We're going to do some shout outs. We're going to give away some Cash App money. I mean, this is the place to be on a Friday afternoon, especially going into the Memorial Day weekend. So why don't you grab a cool drink, preferably, I don't know, an old fashioned or margarita. And
it's like 9 a.m. over here right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna cue up the intro, and we'll see you back here in just one moment.
Ready for the fastest 60 minutes of strategies and tactics to build your remote business from anywhere in the world? It's now time, the moment you've been waiting for. After 167 agonizing hours, they've returned. Now, back for a brand new Sharks Live show. It's your hosts, the Offline Sharks, Tom Gaddis and Nick Ponte.
Thank you. There's that little skip, where it shows us and then it goes to the applause.
Yeah, has a little bit of a delay.
Yeah,
which makes things, so horrible, especially after the 167 agonizing hours everybody had to wait before this next live show, right?
That's right. I know it is. What's up, Dorn? What's up, Patty? Welcome, Bill. Hey, happy Friday. I can't see who that is, but hey. Cameron says, let's go. We have been up since early this morning. What's up, Richard? Yeah, as you know, we launched a new product today. So first and foremost, I want to give a big shark shout out to our team and the team at Strategic Marketer. They worked their rear ends off to put this launch together. Cameron did an amazing job as always. Sushan in the Facebook group, everybody on the team. Just excellent work. So big shark shout out. If I told people in the thank you video, Nick, if they didn't see their access, to please send a kind note to the support team. Because I was like, we will get you covered. I promise we will get you access, but send them a polite note, So
yeah, I definitely would second all of that. It takes a huge team effort to make something like this happen, and from so much time in advance of like actually coming up with a strategy, testing a strategy, and everything that goes in between, to finally getting it here on market, ready to share with people how to get their foot in the door with a new strategy that is awesome. First of all, right? Software strategy combo. We all love those. Give me a shout out in the chat if you love it when you have a software that can add an edge to your prospecting, to your foot in the door strategy that you're offering businesses. I think we all love those.
Yeah. Well, what's really great about this particular launch, and I think what's going to pleasantly surprise people when they get in, is we didn't really, because it solves a specific problem, right? Like, a lot of local businesses have issues with traffic, not maximizing their traffic, not being able to get the most out of, a lot of businesses get very little traffic, right? How do they get the most out of those? And I think what will really surprise people is we kind of, we went with that angle of this way. This is such a great service, because it is, especially with what's going on in the economy and things like that. But inside the training itself, there's quite a bit of stuff on how to get clients, how to sell this thing. Like, it's a very comprehensive course on just the strategy in general, why the strategy, how it works, how to make it more effective. And then, of course, David and John coming up with the software and using that, which is interesting because, they developed that little piece of software just for this, right? Just for this launch. But when they showed it to their people in their like high mastermind, they were like, we want that. So they had to put it, they had to give it to them because they were like, because it's just really simple to use, right? So anyway.
Mm-hmm. Dorn says that this is one of the core services that he's been using since he restarted his agency, and us too, Dorn. Actually, it's one of our. So the way that we have outlined it in this offering is not only a foot, like it's a great foot in the door strategy, right? Because a lot of businesses, and I'll just let the cat out of the bag. A lot of businesses, including ourselves, we all want more traffic to our websites, to our online assets. We want more, visitors through the door if we have a physical space. It's the lifeline of any business. And so, what we have here, obviously a great foot in the door strategy, great to pique interest and agitate the pain points from every single business owner out there, but also as a great bolt-on service, a great upgrade that we will always offer this as an upgrade to every business, every service that we sell to a business. And once you have somebody that's already paying you monthly, and do any of you have anybody paying you monthly? Actually, that's actually a question. I should probably ask everybody that. Who here has a business that is paying them under retainer each and every month for whatever service? It could be for, running ads, social media, email marketing. It doesn't matter. As long as you're getting some sort of a monthly retainer from a business, well, here's another great offer that you could upsell them to giving you more of a monthly retainer, because they all need this. They all need this. And so it's been one of my favorite upgrades for every single business on retainer. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of you will have the same experience as well.
Yeah. And just to answer this question, so it's both. It's actually a lot of things. I don't know who this is that asked this question, but inside the training, we show you multiple ways to use this, right? So there's the strategy itself, how to implement it, how to do fulfillment, how to make it effective, right? So there's that part. So, I mean, this service, you can just take to your existing clients and say, hey, this is a new thing I'm offering. This is what we can do, that type of situation. The software that we provide actually handles the fulfillment of the service for you, right? So fulfillment is really a breeze with the software, and you're able to deliver really great results. Also, though, we added into the software an add-on that allows you to use it as a foot in the door service. So there's another little piece added to the software that you can use as a foot in the door to close the service as well. So we didn't really talk about that much on the main page of the product launch today, but it's in the training. So that's why I say I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you get in the training just how thorough and comprehensive it is. Plus, we did something that we haven't really done in past trainings like this, where we created several videos that were like over-the-shoulder videos of us doing, like, implementing the service, right? So you can see what it looks like to actually do it and all that stuff. So it's really nice. I see our guest has finally showed up. What's he doing back there?
That was great. Our software developer, our wizard, is here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, like I know you guys are gonna love it. So yeah, you guys are gonna love this. So just to answer that, yes, monthly payments are good. That is for sure. One thing we wanted to do, though, before we bring our guest out here real quick, is we want to do our shark shout outs. And all right, let's do some shark shout outs. That way
let's get through it. We got a lot to talk about.
He's making fun of me in the background now.
You missed it. I don't even think he was ready to get on stage with us. He was back there playing like Oculus Quest or something. I don't know what was happening.
But so my youngest daughter just got the Oculus Quest back out. It's in the front room. I was like, oh no. It's calling my name. All right. Okay. Awesome. So let's do our shark shout outs, and then we can get our guest out here. And yeah, cool. I'm going to share my screen so we can see these.
Marvin says, I love monthly payments, especially when I am the one receiving them. I 100% agree, Marvin. And we hit kind of a milestone in our agency last month. I think we hit like 55K.
You did in when?
1 month.
1 month. Yeah. Amazing.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Do you imagine having a $55,000 a month in your marketing agency, everybody? Holy shit, that's amazing, right?
It is.
Wow.
It is. Isn't it funny how sometimes, like, Nick and I always talk about this. I don't know how you guys are, but like, what have really been our celebrations for the big milestones?
Nothing.
Like, we literally were like, like, oh my God, we just did this. And we're like, hey, awesome, great. Okay, what's next? It's literally like, we need to do a better job of like taking some time to just enjoy it, you know? That's for sure. Anyway, all right, let's do these shark shout outs. So every week we like to celebrate our members who close deals from the week before. So all the shout outs you're seeing on the screen right now are deals that members of our group closed in the past week using various local marketing strategies and things we teach here inside the Remote Marketing Agency Owners Facebook group, and our trainings, other stuff like that. So we're going to share those. One thing that we haven't mentioned in a while, and I'm going to mention this now, is when we bring this post up, the very first thing you should do is go to this link, and you want to leave a comment on this post. It's inside the group, and you want to leave a comment saying, great job, way to go, congratulations, anything like that. And then at the end of this live show, we're going to
pop up there on your screen there, Tom.
What's that? Oh, Cameron. Hold on. All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were talking about leaving a comment and congratulating
our comment appeared. Poof. All right. So let's do the shout out. So leave a comment. We'll pull some people at the end. We give away some Cash App money. So
yeah.
Awesome.
And there's a lot of people that are probably new to this stream. You know, what you're seeing in these shout outs is actually a lot of people in our community that just take action on the strategies that we're doing as well, right? So a lot of you may have just joined today because of the launch that we're doing. So think about, you know, all these people that you're seeing on your screen, it's all because they've taken action in a strategy that's verified, that works. So if this is, you know, your first time being here, we hope to see you on this shout out screen probably next week if you really take action on what we're doing, because the strategy that we're going to be talking about in the next couple minutes here is something that you can get some wins right away. So
yeah. And last week we had a guest on the show who doubled the prize money for everybody. So I don't know what our guest this week has in mind, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how what he wants to do, but you know, just throwing that out there.
he just
yeah. All right, let's get through these shout outs so we can get them out of here. So our first shout out goes to JT. JT is a member of our Remote Millionaires program. He sold a new 3-page website and custom POS program for a car wash, $3,200, and he closed a new SEO project at $500 a month. It has been really awesome to watch JT work. And when you guys see his wins and things, definitely if you have questions, I'd pick his brain, because when JT started with Remote Millionaires, he had zero revenue. And he hasn't been in the program that long, maybe like, I don't even know if it's been 4 months. And he's already generating, I think, between $2,000 and $3,000 a month. And he had a one-time payments, I think, of $16,000. So anyway, he's just crushing it. So really great work, JT, and awesome to see that. Our next shout out goes to Richard Miller. Richard signed his first client, $1,000 website plus $500 a month for ongoing SEO. That is the kind of client right there, Richard. If you're on here, that would be the perfect person to approach about the secret traffic code. That's the kind of client we're talking about that you'd want to add this onto, because it can help you deliver some results a little faster while you're waiting for the SEO to kick in. Very good strategy to use. Our next shout out goes to Wayne. Wayne signed a new client for a $1,500 PPC campaign plus $250 setup to a tree service. Awesome work, Wayne.
Congrats, Wayne.
Lance sold his first AGM, which is our agency growth machine software. He sold a premium listing on his community site for $297 and offered a YouTube promo video pre-ranked on Google as a freebie. Great strategy there. A strategy we use a lot. Way to implement it, Lance. Combining different things so that you can get more value and deliver more value to your potential customers. So awesome work. Jill Ashton. Jill sold a new website to a dog kennel business. 700 pounds. That's $885 in US. Plus, she has maintenance with the possibility of a second website. So congratulations, Jill. I just talked to Jill yesterday on the RM coaching call, and they are super busy. They've been crushing it. So awesome work, Jill. Our next shout out goes to Jacqueline Heath. So Jill and Jacqueline are both in the UK. So for those of you that may not be US based and you're thinking, well, yeah, but will this stuff work other places? Yes, absolutely. It works other places. Jacqueline secured 2 new website sales, 400 pounds and 450 pounds. And she has an existing customer, has increased her service by 90 pounds. Plus she picked up a new client for social media at 210 pounds.
Wow.
So that's a total of $1,450 US dollars. So awesome work, Jacqueline. Our next shout out goes to Bill Stanley. Bill closed 2 project management contracts this week, $5,400 and $7,200. A shout out to Jocelyn Wing. Jocelyn, not too long ago, we just celebrated a big one for Jocelyn because she crossed 100,000 in her agency. I actually got to meet her here in Vegas. She was coming through town, but she reported a couple of wins this past week. A $5,000 website redesign, which is an awesome deal. A $2,000 redesign. And then is that 1,000 or 100? 1 page plus PR, $600 ad management, and $350 for Google business profile. So a total of $8,950 in wins in 1 week. That's a huge step. Huge step.
Man, there's a lot of revenue collected this week. Bill had, over $10,000 himself on that project, those 2 project management deals. That's massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah, really awesome. And then to Storm and Norman. Norm Thomas. He has just been knocking deals down right and left. It's been amazing to watch. He reported a couple of wins. A $4,000 CAD for a 2x3 page custom website. He sold 3 home services jackpot websites. Oh, it's Canadian. I say CAD. Canadian, so it's Canadian dollars. So Norm is in Canada, yeah, and that always throws me. So Canadian dollars. He sold 3 home service jackpot websites for $1,650, 3 SEO gigs, $3,248, 2 times Google business profile optimization, that's $1,696, and a social media client for $568. So that's a total of $11,162 Canadian dollars. That's about $8,760 in US dollars. So amazing, awesome. Norm is going to be crossing the 100,000 marker pretty quick.
Yeah,
if he hasn't already.
He's probably sleeping right now because I know he's been working his butt off and he's been crushing it. So congrats, Norm. Yeah. But look, Bill, our new Megalodon Bill hit 100K for the year.
Man, way to go, Bill.
We've been seeing Bill just nonstop knocking him down. Very, very, very consistent in everything that he does. So congrats, Bill. And do we have our revenue total? Because
we do. I forgot to mention that last week. So this past week, the members of our group closed a combined total of $39,892 for the week of May 21st through the 27th. Oh, we are so close to $500,000. So close. That brings our total since the start of 2022 is $498,951 that people in the group have sold in local marketing services. That is just amazing.
That's an impressive number.
I get no cut of that.
Damn.
that's just what they've done. So it's really exciting to see that, though. That's really exciting to see that. So
Tom, what do you say we do we bring our member of the week out at the end and we talk about what we have going on here, because I think this is a lot of momentum we have, right? $498,000 in cash collected from our members over the last year.
We only need like $1,050 to cross $500,000. So next week's show, we are going to cross $500,000 in sales. And our goal for this year was for members to do $1 million. And we're halfway there, halfway through the year. You guys got to give yourself a big round of applause. It's awesome to see. So get out there, get those wins, and we want to help you do it. So cool.
Definitely.
Let's bring out our guest.
Well, I know that, you know, that number is it's kind of a fake number, right? Because there's a lot more in revenue that's out there that people are collecting that they don't even talk about, right? We're talking,
yeah, that's just what's reported, right? That's just
and one of the biggest ones is all of the rebills that people get, right? We come to the group all the time after having success, landing a new client, saying we, you know, scored $1,000 deal or a $2,000 deal. But what about in month 2? What about in month 3 when we're still collecting $2,000 from that very same client, right? And what we're going to talk about today, which is our, you know, our breakthrough strategy where you can get your foot in the door, but also be able to land some residual invoices being paid by your customers. Now, these are new customers or existing customers. One of my favorite bolt-on services that you can upsell people into, like I've already alluded to earlier in the call. And so excited to bring out our launch partner, David Sprague, right, who helped us put together this amazing software that allows all this to be possible. So let's bring David out and talk a little bit more about this strategy. What's up, David?
Hey guys, good to see you. Thank you so much for bringing me on. That was a lot of fun. And I just love seeing the huge success. Matter of fact, Jacqueline, I spoke with Jacqueline a few weeks ago, and I was saying, you know, how are you doing so well with your websites? And she said it was the Sharks product of the contractor websites, and I've just updated them a little bit. They've made it so easy. So I mean, it's amazing to me that, you know, how old is that product for you guys?
Oh man, we've been doing that for a while, right? So if you're,
I was saying, but a product even years ago is still so relevant today, so much opportunity today. So if you're sitting on the sideline going, well, how are these guys doing that? You don't have to have some amazing, incredible knowledge. You can really crush it with just the simplest things. We think about a website being, most businesses on average update their website or get a new website every 4 years. Right. So if you just take 400 businesses, like just 400, right? So over a 4-year period, that's 100 businesses this year. So if you just build your list, I don't care with the scraper, you buy a list, or if you call just 10 businesses a day, right? For the next 2 months, you're going to build a list of people that you know and like, and that they know what you do. And if you follow up with them, you know, this year, 100 of those businesses are going to change out their website. So it can be that simple of being there at the right place at the right time. And more importantly, with a product that the Sharks have that is battle tested and proven. So, which brings us to today, because here's another battle tested and proven strategy. And I love that $500,000 mark. I think it's fantastic. But let me give you another number that I think is even more powerful than that.
Uh-oh.
64 billion. So this year, companies will be spending, not might spend, not can spend, but will be spending $64 billion in paid traffic. So there's a big choice on everybody's plate. They can spend that $64 billion with somebody else, or they can spend it with me. And so that's the choice, right?
Pick one of those.
Yeah, exactly. So we realized this in a very early age of getting into the traffic scenario. And to be transparent with you, traffic is, for most people, put in the chat box how you feel about traffic. When I say paid traffic, what's the first thing come to mind? Is it like a little heart palpitation? Does it feel overwhelming? Some people have tried it on Facebook. Some people have tried it on YouTube. Some people have tried it. And we built an entire traffic platform. So we understand how to take someone from the very beginning to get them huge success in traffic. But when it comes to the best type of traffic, it's warm, targeted traffic. And so what we've done with the Sharks is something that no one else has done in the industry that we've ever seen, is put together one of the most simplest opportunities to get into paid traffic and almost guarantee results. So that 64 billion that's out there is yours for the taking. And so I'm going to give you a quick example. Most businesses, and I'm saying every industry we looked at, dentists, plumbers, electricians, there's a strategy called retargeting. Most people understand retargeting, but if you don't, what it simply is when you go to a website, they can put a pixel on your page in your browser so that everywhere you go online, there's little ads in the corners and stuff like that you see called digital ad display. All of a sudden, you're seeing Nick and Tom all over the place. You're like, man, Nick and Tom have spent so much money. They're tracking me everywhere. Well, no, they're not tracking you and just you. So what looks like a big ad spend, they're spending almost nothing, less than pennies, to stay in front of you over and over and over again. Now, most people that do retargeting, you know what they also sell? They sell PPC, which typically starts at $1,000 to $3,000. So there's a whole industry not being served at all, because they'd have to spend $1,000, $2,000 and then spend another $500 or $600 for retargeting. So there's already so much organic traffic going to a business page. There's already that. There's hundreds of people going every single week, and businesses aren't capturing them. Matter of fact, we did a case study where we actually used one of our technologies to scrape over 1,100 dentist sites, and we found that only 8% were doing retargeting. Mind blowing. When you're sending SEO traffic, I heard about all the SEO contracts going on right now. Well, if you're doing SEO, you're spending all that money sending traffic to a site. If we know that on average, 95 to 97% of that traffic never calls, never registers, never opts in, doesn't set an appointment, right? Maybe they're in what we call buyer's journey, and they're in the very beginning of the buyer's journey. Well, we need to follow up with them. Well, how are we going to do that? They didn't opt in. They didn't call us. Well, we can do that with a strategy called retargeting. So when it comes to traffic, this $64 billion number is huge. It's the biggest opportunity there is in actually online marketing. But how do you make it simple? How do you make it easy? Well, we took something that looked like a cockpit of an airplane when it comes to buttons and everything, and we found out the best and easiest way to do that. And Nick and Tom both had huge input of saying how simple it is, how simple it can be. And we literally made it almost 3 clicks to build an entire campaign. So really powerful strategies. And so when it comes to the secret traffic code, this is just not about a piece of software. That's to help you, because even if you learned about traffic, you'd still have to go do it. So Nick and Tom were like, look, we need a software that can make it so easy that if you have 0 customers, or if you've got 50 customers, we need to make this super easy. And interestingly enough, you guys don't know this, we've got people that are spending $100,000 a month in traffic. And when we showed them our interface of how easy even the retargeting was, they're like, could you add that interface back into your bigger system? Because we made it so simple. They're like, we would just love that if you could just add that interface as well. So even the guys that are spending big money and understand traffic so well are jealous about what everybody on this call is going to get when they get that. So, and it's not something you have to pay for. You get an entire year of using this software for free built into the course. So I can go on about that, but I just want to let you guys know that the number of 500,000, it's not even 2 million. It's not even 3 million. I believe you get to 5 million by the end of the year if everybody on this line decided, hey, I'm not going to just do websites. I'm not just going to do social. I'm not just going to do reputation. I'm not just going to do SEO, but I'm going to add paid traffic is another opportunity to make money. And you would see massive change in everybody's business where they could double, even triple their income in the next 30 days, I believe.
I believe it too. I mean, I know it to be true, because you said a couple of things that really stuck out to me. For a lot of people that have never, paid traffic, what comes up when you think about that word or that strategy or that service? For a lot of people, especially for me in the beginning, it was money. It's the first thing. Costs a lot of money. Yeah. Number 2, there's a very high barrier in trying to figure out how it all works, right? Like, I'm not an ads wizard. And like you said, I have seen the back of Facebook's ad manager, quite a bit, and Google's manager. And it does look like an airplane cockpit. It really does. That's a funny way of looking at it. But, and it's always changing too, right? Yeah. Like, that's even more important, that like what you thought 3 months ago was something that you had figured out is not where you are today. So, this truly helps with both of those things. Maybe you can speak to to either of those, the barrier or the money, because I think those are, other people can agree. Let me know in the chat who can agree with, your thoughts on that when talking about this type of service.
So what we were able to do, which I don't think that I've ever seen anybody able to do, is we were able to tie into all the major networks when it comes to digital ad displays.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it before.
The opportunity to be on CNN and Discovery Channel, Weather Channel, and Fox News, and all the different networks and all the different blogs. Now, we are not talking about Facebook, right? We're not talking about YouTube. Those are the social media networks that everybody's super focused on. Believe it or not, only about 20 to 24% of people actually show up on those and look at ads. There's another 75% of the rest of the world of websites that they don't touch, and we actually touch. So it's really easy, because what we did is we decided, typically we charge a company, for those that want to make a lot of money, between $400 and $700 a month for retargeting. Just that's one campaign. And the ad spend, we got it down to like $75 for the month. So we're able to buy at wholesale rates the ad costs and the ad spend, and we can pass that on to our customers. But the problem is that two things. One is that now, even if you get it wholesale rates, great, you got it wholesale rates, but now I got a cockpit of an airplane to figure it all out. And what if I make a mistake? There are no levers. We've built an algorithm, and we've done a little bit of AI intelligence in there, and we've actually done the optimization for everybody. So then you're literally just going to add like $75, charge your client $500, or maybe if they're a plastic surgeon, a little bit more, maybe if they're a landscaper, a little bit less, but somewhere in that range, right? If they've got 1,000 people come to their website versus 10,000 people come to their website, you might adjust that. And in the course, we go over this in great detail. So whether you are using Facebook or Google, the course is jam-packed, incredibly in-depth, step-by-step. You will literally feel like a rock star when it comes to traffic after you go through the course. But again, then what happens? You got all this knowledge, which is what a lot of courses do great, but then you got to figure it out on your own. And Tom and Nick said, no, we don't want that. We want the whole picture on the box. Our customers want everything, so we need to give them everything. So we not only had an in-depth course for everyone to go through so you could understand traffic and be in the top 1% of people that really understand it, but then now you got the software to use where you can actually add a business to it and start doing traffic within 15 minutes. And then on top of that, there was this huge intimidation, this big drop off. I mean, it was like a cliff. So people get super excited about learning about traffic. And then we give them the software and they're like, oh, I can start a campaign. But you know what happened next? Now they have to create an ad. So now all of a sudden this massive drop off comes up. I got to go to Fiverr. I got to use Photoshop. I got to, go to Banner Snack. And I got to now do all, and I'm not experienced in design. So here's what we did. We built a software that builds ads for you. And we included it in the actual traffic software. So while this is the third click, right? You add your money for traffic, you select the area that you want to target, and then the next is you build your ad. So instead of spending a few, maybe 40, 50, 60 bucks in someone creating ads and the time and back and forth of, no, this isn't right. No, the phone number you got wrong. No, change this color. No, change this image. It's all done in literally 3 easy steps. And now you got a traffic campaign. So the power of being a business to say, yes, I would like that. And then literally moments later, you be able to start their campaign without being overwhelmed. Literally a 12-year-old could run the software because we've made it that simple. So everything's there. There's nothing left out. And so that ease of operation, along with the money, it's never been done before. And so we are incredibly excited to be able to bring this to everyone that's on the call and listening, because this is literally adding not a little bit of profit, but when you're spending $50, $60, $75 and then you're charging $600, that's a 10x profit margin. And then the opportunity to do so much more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing I love about retargeting, especially, or running this type of model, is that once you have somebody that's paying you for it, they never really cancel. No. And they love seeing their own ads everywhere, and that like, I don't know. I mean, they probably, even if the ads didn't produce any results, they would still just do it to know that their reach in their business is growing. Right. And the conversation that I have with businesses whenever, and you mentioned this in the beginning, David, when you explain to them about what this is, they're like, you can do that? Yeah. You know how to do that? Because everybody's experienced it before, right? Everybody's like, you go through that process of having a conversation, telling them like, hey, you go to Amazon and you're looking at a hat, and then 2 weeks later you see that same hat on, these other websites and everything. You're like, yeah, well, we can do that for you. They're like, what? They're floored, right? And by the way, everybody, we usually do this at the end of the stream if we have some sort of a promotion going. But everything that David said and everything that I've just mentioned can all be purchased right now for a special launch pricing of $27. Like, yeah, everything, amazing. That 3-step software, training, all that stuff, $27. it is a steal. And yeah, I just wanted to say that because, you know, you mentioned some incredible technology that I think people immediately will be like, okay, well, that's not like, I'm not going to be able to get this, you know, because of what it can do. They think that's out of my reach, but everybody can pick this up, right? It is super affordable during the launch, which is only going to go until Tuesday. So if you do want to jump into this, you can go to offlinesharks.com/code, pick it up right now for a special launch price. Like I said, only $27. So, but anyway, David, back to that conversation of when you tell people about retargeting, you can do that. I mean, they never cancel. It's the greatest upsell.
Well, you see here, it's interesting you say that because I teach a principle. It's almost in nauseating detail. Those are some of our customers we share. We'll be like, yes, put yes in the chat box if you heard me say, people buy when they see themselves in the product, right? It's so true, right? So when you're showing them retargeting, right, and then all of a sudden they go to their own website, and then a moment later they go check out the news and they see their ad. They're like, this is amazing. I'm everywhere. Well, you are going to be everywhere to everybody that visits your site. And more importantly, there's a lot of factors that come into why someone comes to a website and then doesn't buy right away. So those are doing SEO. This is critical for you. This is going to add another $5,000 or $10,000 a month to your bottom line. Because if you're already charging $1,000 for SEO or $500 for SEO, this is another $500 per client on top of that. Why would you ever do SEO? It's drive 100 people to a site, only 3 or 4 convert, and then the 97 say, forget about that. Let's go after another 100, and then forget about the 97. Let's go after another 100. Why not get all 100 and get a chance to be in front of them? Because when they come to a site, the phone might ring, right, Tom? The phone might ring, and then, or the kids are distracted in the background, or there's 1,000 reasons why right then and there they're not going to opt in, right? So why not be able to market to them? Maybe they're just doing research. And if you know anything about a buyer's journey, right, there's very specific times that they're ready to buy. Sometimes it's a wide net where they're saying, I'm going to look at a few dentist sites to see what's going on. And then a week later, and then a week later, and then a week later, and then next, about 6 weeks later, they're ready to buy. So everybody that they research is dead to them because they're not going back to that site. Maybe, maybe not, but the chances aren't. But think of it, if you're now, when they're ready to buy 6 weeks later, when they go online, they're now seeing your brand. They're now seeing your logo. They're now seeing your offer. Now they're seeing your reputation. So you get to create a message in front of that perfect target market every single time. And it takes minutes to do. You can hand it to a VA, but I don't even know why I would hand it to a VA because we've made it so simple. Now, if you were doing normal retargeting with, Facebook or any Google, you would want an expert to do that. But with what we've done, boy, you don't have to outsource it because you can do it in minutes. Now, you end up getting 100 clients. Yeah, you might want to get somebody to do that. But your first 5, 10 clients, you could do this yourself even with zero experience. So all the ads, the software, the training, it is an entire course. Matter of fact, we've discussed this. When we get done with this launch, afterwards, we're going to build a huge testimonial bank. But this exact offer will be at $500 because all it takes is one client in their first month to make money at $500. So we know the value that this is bringing to the marketplace, and everybody now gets the privilege of having Tom and Nick's expertise and taking something that we developed for like the last 4 years and making it so simple that everyone now gets to be a part of the $64 billion and you get your piece of the action.
Yeah, I completely agree. Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No. I was just going to say, I'm excited for people to get in and see the training because I know when I was looking at the training the other day, I was like, oh my God, this is really some, not only do we cover the basics, but there's some really high level stuff in there. And we cover so much from, the strategy, the fulfillment, the how to get clients with it. It really is a complete course. And just to answer a couple of questions I see in the chat there, the software is not Traffic Fuel. Somebody asked if we were going to do a demo, but the demo, there wouldn't be much of a demo because you literally just you put in the URL and you set your thing, and then it makes all the ads. There's no there's really no demo.
Yeah, you create your ads, and we literally rebuilt. Think of Canva. We built Canva, and we gave it everybody for free right inside the system. So
Yeah.
Even if you've never built an ad before in your life, we actually have training in the course of all the psychology. So we've taken literally, I want to say 4 or 5 years of experience, and we narrowed it down to just a training of what you need to know. And then we built a software that only works on those psychologies. And then we give you the design that is proven. Like we took our best designs that work, not just a little bit, but a lot through all these campaigns. So we have hundreds of, actually millions, it should be, of impressions that we know what ads work the best. So we gave the best ad designs to everybody that's on the line here that spends the $27, so that you can just click, and you literally will look like an expert overnight. So in my opinion, this is impossible to fail. It's impossible not to be profitable. The only thing you wouldn't be profitable is if you just didn't talk to a business. But now that you've got the power of being able to compete with all the big guys, and more importantly, you're now handing the power of every dentist, every doctor, every attorney, even e-commerce sites, coaches, authors. This is just not local. This is affiliate. This is everything. When businesses are coming, or when visitors are coming to a website, doesn't matter what website, they're in a buying cycle. They might be at that moment that they're buying right now, but more than likely 97% are not. So now let's capture them. Let's market to them. So when the perfect time they're ready to buy, that you're in front of them. And when you explain that to a business, and by the way, we've got scripts and language and case studies it's like paint by numbers. It's, if you go to the landing page or the sales page, you're going to see case studies and everything that we've got in there. It's literally an entire traffic agency in a box for $27. So I couldn't be more excited about all the opportunity that everybody's going to have. We're not saying change anything you're doing. This is not about changing. If you've got nothing right now, I wish I would have led with this when I first started. This would have made me invincible. But if you're already having huge success with websites or social media or SEO, this is what you stack on top of it. This is what you say next week when you go to set up their stuff and go, hey, look at your site. Hey, by the way, how would you like to capture everyone that comes to the site so we can market to them? Who would say no to that for a few $100s more? So it's the perfect upsell to everyone that's having huge success right now.
Yeah, and when we put this all together, and David said, well, how much you guys think about selling this one? We were like $27. He was like, are you crazy? We were like, David, trust us. This is what we do. It's good. But it took a little bit of arm twisting, but we got it done. So lucky you guys. A couple of things I see here. Chandra, so in the course, we're not focusing on Facebook. So we're focusing on doing traffic and retargeting, not inside Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about Facebook Pixel. I know some people were asking about.
That's such a big, important piece of it though, Tom, is that, I don't want to just kind of jump over that, because, a lot of people are traditionally used to having to use Facebook, and a lot of people don't like to use Facebook, right? This is an entirely different engine, for you to be able to advertise and market from,
And let's think about the advertising power for a moment of Facebook versus everything else, right? So when you look at the psychology of the person, and we're going to retarget on Facebook. So here they are opening up their social network to find a business, to get marketed to be sold. No, they're going on Facebook to socialize, connect, find out what's going on. So they're in a different mode. And so that's why we find that ads aren't nearly as effective when you're retargeting on Facebook as they are other sites. When they're looking for teeth whitening, or they're looking for a good chiropractor, they're online and they're searching for back pain, right? On a blog that's 5,000 miles away, right? That person that wrote it, but your ad is there because they're searching all over the web for this information. People are online looking for their solutions to their problems before they make a final decision. And so the fact that you're in front of them, the fact that they can do one click and boom, all of a sudden they're back at that site that they, were looking.
Oh, I think David froze a little.
He did freeze. I'm going to pull him off until he jumps back, or he unfreezes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you are. You're back.
You froze up a little.
Did I? Okay. Hopefully I was in a good mouth position for that. I hate it.
You're
So that's the opportunity. It is not being on social, where we find that social doesn't get nearly the impact especially when it comes to retargeting, than it does when someone's on a blog or they're on WebMD, right? They're on these sites that they're very interested in, and now for just a little bit of money, you can have any client, e-commerce client, author, coach, local business, you name it, can now be retargeting without spending any big money when it comes to like PPC or even SEO. Let's say you're not doing any SEO. Maybe it's a dentist that's been in the industry for 10 years. So he's already got natural traffic. He's already got people coming there. His Google My Business is doing pretty well. Well, people are still coming into a site, but he's not capturing them. So this is that opportunity. The illustration I like to give is, if your entire job of your website, if it was like a bucket and you're supposed to fill it with water, and the goal is to take that water from A to B. That's it. Your website works if it's a bucket, you fill it up from A to B. You would buy that bucket because it's getting water from A to B. Now imagine you bought a bucket with 97 holes in it. And now all of a sudden you're trying to get that water from A to B. That wouldn't be a bucket you'd want. It wouldn't be a bucket you would buy. It wouldn't be a bucket that any digital marketer would be able to sell if they really understood it, right? But now we can patch every single one of those holes on every single website so that 100% of everyone that comes to that site, we can actually capture and market to.
Yeah, that's so important that people know like how valuable it is to be able to do something like that. If any of you have ever been to like my agency website, for example, I can put money on it that you have seen my retargeting ads. It doesn't matter like when you've been there. If you've ever been there, you'll see that like at a very minimum, we're implementing this strategy because of exactly what David says, So one thing that I want to point out to everybody is, because somebody was asking like, do you have to get the upgrades? Are there upgrades? Yes, there are upgrades. This is a launch, right? There are other things that you can buy, but in true, fashion, and, we do this anytime we do a launch, we over deliver like crazy. And so you do not need anything in the funnel other than the front end to be successful. If you want to go faster, of course, you can get some of the upgrades and the other things that we have. But I wanted to show you all, like, this is the front end membership here, right? When you join today for $27, you get all of this. And these aren't just like little tidbits here. This is super in-depth, the entire opportunity. We haven't even talked about the client getting methods, the foot in the door strategies that are included in here. So how to get quick wins, how to fulfill. This is, the software. This isn't even the software dashboard, everybody. This is just the training and information that comes from actually doing this, from selling this service, from implementing this in our agency that you get to now implement for yourself. So this is what's included in the front end. There's a bunch of bonuses too at the bottom of the page. A lot of really good information. Plus you get the software all for $27. And we'll share some of the OTOs, but after the stream in the Facebook group or whatever. But, this is a no-brainer, right? $27. Have a look at the upsells. You do not need any other ones to be successful. We have never, ever done a launch that way.
But I want to encourage you. I would get them because.
But you're going to want them. You're definitely going to want them.
Because here's the thing. Even the first upsell that we have, you don't need it. But it's going from whatever it might be, 27 or 37 or something like that.
Well, it takes you from 5 to 10. Like it doubles.
But that is actually going to be going to $99. So make no mistake about it. This is a $500 system we put together that we're going to be going out to. But in Shark's true fashion, they're letting all their customers, everyone on their stream, everyone on their list get access before anybody else does. A price that obviously Tom already mentioned. Like I was like, what? $27?
You're going to be seeing ads running for this later at a way higher price point for this, everybody. So
I'm not allowed to mention what I'm about to say because we haven't mentioned it anywhere. It's not on the sales page.
Have your finger on the mute button, Nick.
Yeah, let's mute him. Hey, you froze again.
So
we got to pull David off real quick.
So what we have inside this, if you're worried about, or you're back of your mind, you're thinking, well, okay, I'd like to learn it. You got the software to fulfill, but honestly, I'm not very good in sales. I don't like selling, but I like
me neither.
Business. What?
I said, cool, me neither.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I understand that. And so what we did is there is a very special system that we've included to help you actually get clients. And this system is automated and it helps your client's website convert better. So what we've done is we've taken some amazing technology, rewrapped it, and then we put it included, but we can't mention it on the sales. But I'm letting you know, just this technology to get your foot in the door. So we're trying to give you a free lead magnet, a free foot in the door. So if you're saying, does this have a really strong lead generation mechanism? Oh my goodness. You're going to be blown away. Normally, it'd be about $99 just to get this type of technology on any website. And we're going to give it to you for free inside, so that the first moment when you get off this training and you purchase a secret traffic code, literally you can call up your dentist and say like, hey, I'd like to help you get your website converting better. And in 3 minutes, you can help enhance their site with a system that will get their website to convert better. It's proven. We've been using it for years and we're giving it for free inside as a special bonus. But because of, let me just say this, because of our other customers that have had this and they have paid a lot of money for this, we can't go over in too much detail. So I just want to let you know that it's in there because Tom and Nick has said, look, we don't want anything left out. We need the strongest lead generation system you have. We need the strongest fulfillment system you have. We need the strongest residual system you have. And more importantly, we don't want anyone to have anything they have to go get extra stuff for. It needs to be all in that actually initial offer so they can get going right away and start being successful. And we've checked every single one of these boxes.
It's right there. Right there in the front end offer. Check the bonuses section once you get in, everybody.
Yeah, I don't know who this is, but no, everything David's talking about right now is all included in the front end. So one thing Nick and I pride ourselves on and we take very seriously is like, we hate getting things and then getting in and figuring out you need other stuff. Like, it drives us crazy. So whenever we put something together that we're going to bring out to you guys, we always make sure that if there's not that component in it, that we get it in there so you have everything you need. So like, that's one of the things with traffic, right? People go, oh, it's a great service to offer, but how do you get your foot in the door? Well, we told David, like, look, we need a way for them to get their foot in the door. So he's like, well, let's add this. And I was like, well, we shouldn't tell them about that on the sales page because it's about traffic, but that thing is in there, right? So we got you covered, I guess that's what I'm saying. We got your back.
Yeah, there is. I think out of all the offers we put together over the last 10 years, I think the offers you guys have, traffic is probably the biggest opportunity, but no one wants to address it because it's just so big and so overwhelming. And I couldn't be more excited that we have not just addressed it, we've leaned into it, and boy, come out the other side with something completely revolutionary that everyone on the call today for $27 is going to go be able to get $400, $500, $600 clients that pay them residually every single month. So in my mind, and I'm going to use an arbitrary number like 300. Like 300 is ridiculous. If you sold at 300 a month, I'd be very disappointed in you because you'd be undermining the entire industry.
Yeah,
like,
never.
Who is that person? Like, let's get them out of the industry. It's way too cheap. It'd be like selling, like ranking #1 in Google for like $50 a month. You would just never do that, right? So selling for 300 is so inexpensive. It would be almost impossible for, I believe, anybody to say no to that. But when you think about that is your ability at $300, right? So you're going to spend $27 to make $300 a month, but not just 1 month, but every month and every month. And like Nick said, when it comes to, especially with this campaign of retargeting, they need it. It's essential. It's critical. And so they just don't stop. It's one of those, it's probably when you think about SEO, I kind of have to resell them after 6 months. When it comes to reputation, I think it's like every 7 or 8 months. When it comes to like cold traffic and like, you know, all this stuff, I have to be accountable every week for making sure that like every visitor goes to this page, opts in, split testing, all that. When it comes to retargeting though, their mind is, hey, I just need to stay in front of them. I just need to brand myself. They're not looking for, hey, is this $400 or $600 going to turn into $6,000? It's not like that at all. It's a completely different thought process. And so that's why whether you've got 0 clients or you've got 100 clients, you have to have this type of strategy. And you can do it yourself. You can go to Google and figure it all out and go pay for ads and, and do it over and over and figure all that out. But what we've spent the last 4 years and reducing it and reducing it and reducing it and reducing it, and then put it together all for just $27.
It's crazy. David, what can somebody expect? Like, the reach that they can get for spending like $20 in retargeting, like versus traditional ads, paid ads. I mean, how many more people can they see? I mean, isn't it in like 50,000, 100,000? It's crazy the amount of impressions you can get, right?
Oh yeah, you can go impressions as you want, but here it is. The most important thing to understand is it's not a reach of new clients that may or may not like you, may or may not want you, may or may not be interested in you. It is the perfect target market. It's those that have been to a website, that have already shown interest. And those are the ones, when you think of why, I mean, there's a good case to argue this. Like, why would I want to go spend $1,000 in SEO to bring more traffic to a site that we're not even capturing the current traffic and optimizing it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good argument for that, right?
Right.
So
definitely.
before we go and spend more money doing all this extra work, there's also those of you selling websites, there's also a good case to say, hey, we put retargeting on your site, we're bringing them back to your website, and it's not converting very well. We got them people coming back, but it's not converting. You need to upgrade so that you can tell a better story to get better conversions, create better offers, create more engaging content. So retargeting is a powerful way to increase and get your foot in the door at every level, whether it's SEO, whether it's websites. It's all about traffic. I mean, the big answer to the question is, how do I grow my business? It's get more traffic. Well, where am I going to get that from? Well, do you go out and get a ton more? Which is kind of the thought is like, I'm going to go get more. But then when they come, they're just gone. You can't. So even with PPC, that's why there's so much stress with PPC, is because that one click that costs $42, that better convert. It better do something. But what if we captured that click and then was for 90 days followed up? Maybe they clicked on the link, but they just weren't ready to buy, but 3 weeks later they are. So every campaign, whether it's SEO, organic, blogs, you name it, it needs some type of way to capture and then follow up with them until they're the perfect time to buy. And you'll see amazing results when you do that.
Yeah. Good stuff. If any of you have any questions, I think we should stay just a little bit longer, our normal time. If you have any questions, throw them in there. I want to make sure that we can answer them. I don't know if either of you saw any come up that are kind of pressing before we jump off, but really good stuff. I mean, like I said, it's one of the easiest upsells for me because we sell a lot of SEO. We sell a lot of paid ads. We sell a lot of Google ads. And so whenever, and I'm probably going to make a YouTube video about this because it gave me a great idea. So probably this Sunday, I'll have an additional strategy to upsell any of your existing customers into this service. So right now, I mean, all of you should be going to offlinesharks.com/code, picking this up while it's $27. And we're going to continue to be, and like everything else, right? You've seen the shout outs at the beginning of the stream. You've seen the traction that our members of this community get because of the things that we share being real, being battle tested. We're going to continue to go beyond just this, short launch period and hit this strategy and continue to use it to, get more clients and make more money. But yeah, you should go pick it up now. I'm going to share with you the easiest way that I have found to upsell this, in addition to everything that you get, which is crazy.
And you see Dorn there. I mean, go ahead, Tom. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody asked, does it cover conversion strategies for various niches? And like, obviously we can't get into every single niche, right? Like we could put 50 niches in there and then somebody be like, but what about this niche? But the strategies and tactics that we teach in the course apply to every niche you could, like, it's the foundation stuff, the stuff that works. Like you just apply it to the niche you want. Now, if you don't have, I don't know, maybe you've never had clients, or maybe you just, you want to be able to show people in a particular niche, like what this can do for them. We do have an option as one of the upgrades where you can get some case studies of various niches and things that you can use as your, to show clients what they can expect and that type of stuff. So But in the course itself, everything in there applies to just about any niche that you want to target.
Yeah, let's talk about that case study OTO for a moment, because if you're like, hey, I want rock star status, I like this, I want to do this, that's a great addition, because what we've done, without telling you the names, without telling you the detailed information, we've white labeled everything, and we've actually taken real campaigns and we've shown you, here's the ad, here's the site, here's what we did, here's what we did, here's what we did, everything in detail. So you can literally sit down with a PowerPoint and go, look, I want to let you know, and you can lean into it. You know, this is a new division we've opened, but our team, our partners, put this case study together to show you the results that we've gotten with exactly what we're going to do with your campaign. And you can just show them paint by numbers exactly what happens. And so we've actually put slide decks together, beautifully designed, makes you look like an Inc. 1000 company that's like you've been doing this all your life, that you can just follow. And if you can read, I believe that you can be incredibly successful, because you're just going to read the slide. You don't have to memorize anything. You don't have to think, try to position yourself as some traffic expert of yours. Just go through it. And most of our customers that have gone through the slide deck have just hit it out of the park. They're like, wow, that was so easy. So if you're looking for more training wheels, and to make it look like, rock star status, then that, OTO or that offer, or those case studies are, I think, a really amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And then we even teach you how to put those case studies together for yourself. There's a training in there on that, which is really great. Yeah. Really awesome. Dorn was wanting to know, and I think Jacqueline asked this question too, what would you recommend to somebody who's new to find out which websites have a lot of traffic and no retargeting? My kind of thought process on that is very few websites are actually doing it, is the reality, right? It's more likely you're going to run into websites that aren't doing it than you are that are.
Well, here's the thing. That's why everybody needs to never miss a promotion you guys do. Ever miss a promotion you guys do.
Right. Because then they'd have tools that identify those things.
You do. So you promoted Local Analyzer, which literally you just put the company phone number in, and it will tell you if they've got retargeting, they're doing retargeting or not, right? It'll tell you So those of you who have Local Analyzer, oh my gosh, you are absolutely going to hit it out of the park. You literally can, in my opinion, you can walk into, Nick can take you in his private jet, drop you off in any city, blindfold you. You could just spin around, point to a business and go, I'm going to make you successful with this type of strategy. Because that's how easy it's going to be. That's how much work that's been done behind it. But if you want to, before you even walk in and say, I'm going to make you successful, if you want to go, look, but you're not retargeting, you're not doing that, would be like a Local Analyzer. Nick and Tom have promoted software that we have, which is Lead Kahuna. And Lead Kahuna tells you, are they doing PPC? If they're doing PPC, boom, they're already spending money to drive traffic. And then do they have retargeting? It'll tell you yes or no, they have retargeting. So there are tools out there that if you really want that, but honestly, if you just called 10 businesses, I can guarantee, because we've already done the studies, 9 out of 10 do not have it. And the biggest reason is they don't understand it, but the biggest reason is it typically comes with a bigger package of PPC of $2,500. And so they go, hey, do you want this too? You really should do it. And they're like, eh. And if they don't do PPC and spend that much money, they typically don't have it. But right now they need it. Every business doesn't just want it. They need it. It's essential. Again, go back to the visual of, if my website is a bucket of water, my success is taking water from A to B. Why would a digital marketer ever sell a website that's got, not retargeting on it? Why would you ever buy a bucket that's got 97 holes? So by the time you actually get to the destination, you've only got 3% of the water in there. That just doesn't make any sense. But retargeting can solve that problem in spades.
Awesome. Cool. I see. I think we got most of the questions. Those are the big ones. People are now asking about Lead Kahuna. Hey, look, whoops.
Yeah. So a good question is Robin saying, do you have to have PPC first in order to target?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. It's a great question. I want to say this. Any business that's been in business for more than 2 years already has natural organic traffic going to it for some reason, right? Mm-hmm. Or another. They show up on directories. People from Yelp, they've done a Groupon. They're on, Google Business Listing. They're getting people there. So here's my question to a business owner. Well, I've only got 100. I'm brand new. I've only been in business for a year. I've only got about 100 people coming to my site a week. I'm like, well, if you had 100 emails, would you not market to them? How many emails do you need to start marketing? If you got 100, I would still market them, right? They're still the hottest prospects you have. They've been to your site. They're interested in your product or service. They wouldn't be there. So now let's actually follow up with them and market to them. So you don't have to be doing PPC, but if you do, you better be retargeting. I mean, to me, it would be almost like brain liposuction not to have retarget if you're spending that type of money. If you're an SEO, I don't know why you wouldn't be. You should be retargeting. So the cool thing is, not only is it the best for your client, it's best for your pocketbook, because you're going to be adding another $300, $400, $500 a month in pure profit if you do it.
Yeah, it's very cost effective to implement is the thing, So for yourself, like if you have a website and you're not doing retargeting for your own agency, you're missing a huge opportunity, and it's very cost effective. And for your clients, if they have any sort of traffic, as we've hit home a number of times here, they're not doing any retargeting. They're missing out on a huge opportunity, and it's very cost effective. Even if you, the operator, is upselling this service, even at $500 a month, which is that's my minimum, at least $500 a month. Don't go any lower than that. It's a huge opportunity, and you get to keep a lot of that revenue, right? It's very high cash flowy, and we love those types of services. So everybody that's here right now that has an existing customer that isn't selling and hasn't upsold them in the service yet, this is like the best $27 you could ever spend.
Yeah, and
I just got a visual of you, Tom, or you, Nick, like pointing at the camera, like, I'm retargeting you. Click here to help your customers do the same, right? Like that's like so when they see your face, it's like it's a reminder that, wow, this is working. There's Nick and Tom again, right in my face, reminding me of this great offer. So
yeah. Well, I was just thinking about when you were talking about the retargeting thing, like another way you could explain it to a business owner too is like if they have a physical location and people are walking into their physical location, would they ever not say something to the person that comes in the store? Like, would you just let them wander around and then leave? No, you would you want your team, or you would go up and be like, hey, what can I get you? What do you need? Like, I have this. Does this interest you? Like, so why would you let them come to your website and just walk away without ever at least offering them something or showing them what you have, right?
And to add to that would be like, what if every single person walked in your store, but before they walked out, they left their name and phone number and email so that you could market to them later? That's what retargeting is. It's capturing them.
That's even better. See, that's even better.
So how long can you keep remarketing to somebody for? I mean, I know this
question. Not typically we find, first of all, it's 90 days, but typically we find that within 60 days, it's rare that people go past 60. Here's what we find. We find it ramps up. You get more and more success over that because there's this buyer's journey. But then after the 60-day mark, it kind of peaks out and kind of goes down. You don't get better and better and better results as you go past that 60-day mark. But for the pennies it costs, most of our customers say, look, I want to milk this, all of it. If I get just what, and we've had this happen so many times where in day 72, they get a click in a scheduled appointment. Well, why would I, if that's going to happen, that scheduled appointment, could be worth $500, just that alone. So for the extra dollars or pennies it costs to market a little bit longer. So most people take up the full 90 days, but in reality, it's really between, to be transparent with you, we find great results if it's not within the first 5 days. It's a woo, hey, click back. They're in the buying mode, but they forgot or got distracted. And then it's a slow up, and then it kind of comes down. So really the first 5 days. 5 days is critical. And then it's a slow ramp up as we see things, and then kind of down. So I would say day 1 to 5, and then day 15 to 45. Those are the power, I'd say power hours or power days. So that's why we just do the whole thing. We just market the whole time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just let it run. It's the best money. I mean, the money is well spent, and it's so cost effective. Again, I mean, I can't stress that enough. Like every time somebody tells me like, man, I'm seeing all these ads from your agency all the time. And I'm like at dinner with somebody and they're like, yeah, I'm seeing ads for your agency all the time. And I'm like, that means you've been looking at my website.
Yeah.
like I know, and I get that all the time. And whenever it happens, I'm like, it's money well spent, right? Like it's being top of mind. It's so important. And, the other cool thing is when somebody goes to your website, leaves, sees your ad or sees another piece of content that you've put out there that brings them back to the site, it refreshes, right? They're back in that warm audience. So that's important, right? It keeps, people come back in and then they get refreshed. So that's really important too.
Awesome. Hey,
it's a parallel to email marketing when you look at it. Like, first of all, how many people on the call have said no to Tom and Nick? At some point, everybody said no to Tom and Nick.
Nobody tells us that, ever.
No, nobody. Give me one. They're out of here. We're just going to delete their email. Right? So if we really think about it, each one of us said, Tom, Nick, no, not this time. Tom, Nick, no, not this time. But does that stop Tom and Nick from giving you another opportunity or another offer, or going out in the marketplace and coming to a company like us and saying, look, you need to take all this amazing tech and you need to put in, and then offer it for $27 and then say, hey, here's what we've done for you again? No. And so that's thinking, but you purchased, haven't you? You don't get annoyed that Tom and Nick like send you another email like, oh my gosh, I said no to them, last week and now they're sending me another. You don't get upset about that. So if you think about the parallels of how everybody on this call has purchased, right? We appreciate people being reminded. We appreciate when we send an appointment, there's a text message reminder email like, hey, it's coming up. Like, oh yeah. Well, when there's a great offer and there's lots of value, like dentists, doctors, attorneys, your clients are giving, it's our responsibility as digital marketers to say, look, we just need to remind them that we're still here, can help them any way that we can, as opposed to now they're there and then they're gone. Yeah. And there's never going to be capture them again.
If any of you went to offlinesharks.com/code, which by the way, who has already joined? Who has purchased our offer today, our special offer that we've made? And I just want to congratulate you, welcome you to what we have here. But I also want to say that if you have been to that page, expect to see some ads all over the place because it works with everything, right? It really does work with everything. And you're going to see the ripple effect, right? But if you've landed on that page, exactly as we are sharing with you that we do within our agencies and all of this to get clients, we practice what we preach, right? You're going to see, maybe you didn't pick it up for some weird reason right now because you're in the car, you're listening to a live stream, you pulled over on the side of the road, you opened up your phone, you got distracted and you left and you didn't buy. Well, guess what? You're going to be reminded of the offer tonight when you're back home and you're scrolling through social media. You're going to be like, oh yeah, secret traffic code. That's right. The price goes up tomorrow. I better get it right now. And the reason we do that is because it works. And so you should be doing it too. Tom, we're kind of over our.
I know we went a little over. We want to do our. Sorry, I was answering some messages there. We want to do our member of the week. So let me do that real quick. So. We like to reward someone in our group every week for being a good steward of the community. And this week, our member of the week is, I'll show you this, and then I'll show you what you get. Our member of the week is Mr. Wayne Coakley.
Yeah, Wayne. All right.
Wayne. Yep. Congratulations, Wayne. So the member of the week gets this amazing Shark Swag treasure chest. Listen to all those goodies in there. No one but recipients.
You hear all that? All sorts of goodies in there. I hear at least 11 things.
Rocks in there, so it sounds like
all those goodies.
You better put a couple more marbles in there, I think.
You get one of these. So only recipients know what's inside. And if you win member of the week, we'd like you to keep it that way.
Yep. It's actually well.
But congratulations to Wayne. We'll somebody from our team will be reaching out to you.
Awesome stuff,
David,
Wayne.
This turned into a big thing. Like nobody was saying what was inside, and we even had a shark that got one. He made this video, and he was like, "Let me show you what's inside." And then as he's taking everything out, it's all blacked out, and there's like no sound.
Oh no way! That's great.
See what anything is? It's pretty great. So really awesome. That's our member of the week. We also have to do one more thing before we go.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Cheating, bling, bling, cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter.
Oh yes, the money song.
The money song. Nick loves the money song.
Oh yes, the money song. So for those of you that are new to this stream, we do this Friday jam session every single week. We talk about marketing. Sometimes we have special offers. We hang out. We answer questions. So you'll want to join us every single week, and we congratulate the people in our community that are having success, sharing with their wins, and so all of you at the beginning of that stream are invited to congratulate them, and then we pick 2 people at random that have done that and send them some Cash App money at the end of every stream. So our winners this week are Raving Metrics and Mr. Dorn Brenton. So congratulations.
Hey, congratulations.
Dorn, nice.
Yeah. Dorn basically makes residual income just hanging out on our live streams every month now.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Awesome. Well, hey, David, thanks so much for coming and hanging out.
Here's my can I do one more thing? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Like because I like to give some money away.
Oh, you're also giving some money.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah, so
is it Tom's money or whose money is it?
What? Well, what I like to do is give a 1 hour one-on-one way with Nick away.
Yeah.
So
a 3-day intensive with
Yeah.
no, that's great.
Do a deep dive.
3-day intensive with Nick. How many would want that? What would be the cost? Let me ask. What would someone pay a day with Nick? What would that be? I'm interested.
I'm going to run you through some calisthenics. We're going to do some weight training. We're going to. By the time you get out of here, you're going to be a beast. It's going to be all about physical, not mental.
I just want to give some cash away. So here's what I want to do. Starting from right now. Oh, it's only for those that have watched this, right? And they need to go into the Sharks group. But it's from this moment, not in the past, not that you've already got one, but you've purchased the code, and then you've called up a business. I don't care if it's a current client, a new client, doesn't matter. And you sold them retargeting. But it's got to be $300 or more. So that is going to be for the first person, it's going to be $300. So I'm going to double your money.
Whoa.
$300. The first
How
person
much?
is $300. The second person is $200. And the third person is $100. So that's money I'm taking out of my wallet. I'm going to give to you because the one thing Tom, Nick, and I love
is a good challenge.
It's a good challenge. That's right. It's a good challenge. No, it's fast action takers. We love rewarding that. We love seeing that. So it's from this moment moving forward for the next day or so. But you have to go in and you have to detail it. It's not one sentence. It's I called up my dentist. I talked to this landscaper. I told him about retargeting. I sold it for $300 a month, $500 a month, $600 a month. You have to give us tell us the story. So that's a qualify. It can't be I sold it, and us we'll verify it because you'll need to. We'll PM you saying who the client is, but it's $3 for the first one. So look, if you want to take your spouse out for an amazing weekend, right? You've got like an hour for $300 to take him out. $200 and then $100. So that's on the table right now. It'll be in the Sharks group, so you have to post. But it can't be someone you sold yesterday or the day before. It can't be a current customer that you've already had. It's got to be starting now, and it's got to be from you purchasing the traffic code.
Awesome. Thanks, David. That's a great challenge.
That is a great challenge.
Yeah. Let's make sure, Shishan, if you're on here, make sure you make a note of that. So
Dorn's like, that's easy. Like Dorn's just like, trolling to make money.
I know.
He's like, that's awesome.
Don't make us disqualify you, Dorn. Dorn didn't Dorn just have surgeries and he's been recovering. So I'm glad to see you're feeling better.
Yeah, welcome back, Dorn. So just to recap, everybody, the challenge you have, right now you want to get active on this, right? Go to offlinesharks.com/code, pick up our offer. It's on a crazy low price just for the next few days. The price goes up over the course of the launch because it's a launch. And then once the launch is over, it's going to go up a lot, at least to, a few $100s. And so right now is the most inexpensive price you can get it. And then once you get in, we have a little challenge. You've already heard it from David. The first client you sell, if you're the first one out there that lands that deal and you post about it in the group, extra bonus points if you share the invoice paid, then he's going to double your money. And there's a second place and a third place prize as well. So hopefully that is something that motivates you. Hey,
I'd like to challenge Tom and Nick to give something too.
I was just going to say, maybe we should just double it.
Well, hold on. But here's what I think. I think there's some new people that go, you know what? Because all the amazing success that people have had with selling websites. that's due to your guys' product. So if they can come in and they say, look, I would like a product that helps enhance the retargeting strategy and the code strategy, would you give them a previous product that you guys have, like a website build, or maybe it's a reputation or something like that? Would you guys be open for that?
Sure. Why not?
All right.
Sure not. I mean, we're in the spirit. We're in the spirit of giving. You know, I know how much you love Christmas.
Yeah. So you can't shake this in a box like Tom did, but look, if you're one of the three, right, you get to actually pick a product that the Sharks have, and they will give it to you for free. That's been a launch product, not any product, but just an initial launch product. So,
I'm okay with that as long as Tom is.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Nice.
Okay, awesome. That's great. I mean, hey, so just everybody, you will be able to pick. If you are one of those winners, you will be able to pick a Offline Sharks product of your choice.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Well, it's been an amazing live show. Thanks again. Remember, go to offlinesharks.com code if you haven't done that already. Pick up secret traffic code. I know you guys are going to love it. The trading's awesome. The software is awesome. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to our support, offlinesharks.com/support. David, thanks again for being here. Really appreciate it. And we will see you guys. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick. I know we're just kind of all hanging out. Like, you just shut it down. But would anybody want to see, like, Nick, like, do VR at all? Like, play VR?
I'm like, oh, man, what is he signing us up for now?
Yeah, no. Listen, guys, you don't know this, but Nick is one of the most phenomenal virtual reality players you've seen. He plays this thing called Pop One that just, like, amazing. So if you want to see that, just say, Nick, just put, like, Pop One or say VR. And so I've been wanting to get him to do live stream, because I think if you see Nick on a totally different level, he is amazing at playing this game. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that in. You never know what's going to happen on a live stream. But anyway, I'd love to see that, Nick.
You can find him on there. His screen name is Strawberry Cupcake.
Actually, it's Little Nicky. So
I don't know why.
He's so
Oh, awesome, look at that, man. You got some big fans coming in now. That's awesome.
Hey, look, David, let's be real. You are the population one, champ. So, yeah. Really, if you want to see a real legend go and play.
Hey, why don't you and I play together? We'll stream in. And
you know what?
We'll talk marketing the whole time. And while we're shooting people.
I'm down to do that. We could do that. Maybe if we get enough
guys, thanks so much.
Awesome, all right, David. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Again, offlinesharks.com/code. If you need anything, our support, offlinesharks.com/support. Congratulations to the shout-out winners. Congratulations to our member of the week, the winners for the prize money. We will be here next week, same shark time, same shark channel. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend, everybody, and we'll see you later. Aloha.
You've been listening to the Sharks Live Show, your weekly marketing jam session. Always bringing you the latest strategies and tactics to build your remote business from anywhere in the world. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. You can stay up to date throughout the week with Nick's YouTube videos at nickponte.com/YouTube and Tom's podcast at tomgaddis.com. We'll be back here next Friday for another Sharks Live Show. Until then, aloha.